Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Setting Our Intentions for the Week. I was just listening to the music as it came on. It was quite funny because it starts off quickly and then it slows right down. And I tend to do a bit like that when I'm doing the readings. It's like, oh, and then you slow right down again. But this week, it is obviously December tomorrow. So our intentions for this week will be the beginning of Christmas, which is really nice, although America do tend to start their Christmas a little bit earlier than us, with Thanksgiving being on the 25th. So in Australia here, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in the same manner. So like tomorrow is really the beginning of our crazy season. Although there's been decorations and everything up for a long, long time. But anyway, let's start with setting our intentions for this week. And that's been funny too, because I've been talking with my business mentor, and we're actually putting a few things in place, and we're holding each other accountable, which is really, really good. It's really nice to have somebody there to support you and sort of not necessarily do it for you, but just sort of keep you on track. It's really lovely. But anyway, these are our cards for today. This is setting our intentions for today. So here I've got the cards all set up ready for you. I'll move that out of the way. So here's the cards all set up for you. So the first one again is what our reading is about. The second one is the blocks. The third one is how we can get through the blocks. And the fourth is the results. So here we go. All right, I have been shuffling. I've been shuffling for a little while. Card 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is all upside down for me, which is quite fun. But anyway, here we go. Card number 1. So it's have faith and hope, because something positive and new on the horizon that you can't see yet. So I guess what we're looking at is for this week is about our goals, what we're trying to achieve for the next week. And it's saying there to just have faith in it, just to be positive that it is going to happen. We might not be able to see the whole picture, and often that's what happens. We don't see the whole picture, but it starts to evolve as we go along. The blocks about this goal here is, no, the conditions aren't favourable right now. Wait and look into another options and ask the angels to help, guide and comfort you. So when we look at that card, we can sort of go, okay, well, that's in a negative spot and it's a negative card. So 2 negatives, does that make it a positive? But I feel that with this one, we've had the belief that, no, the time hasn't been ready. And that's what we've believed in so far, why we haven't achieved it yet. Why we haven't achieved this goal, or why we're looking at it, is because we don't feel that we're quite ready for that goal yet. However, when we get through this block, it's about spending time alone in meditation and getting a deeper understanding of where you're going and what you're going to do. So to have a look at a positive perspective on it. So when we're looking at this for the week, if we've had a goal in mind, if we've had an idea in mind, and we don't feel like we've been able to achieve it, or we don't feel we've quite been ready for it yet, give yourself some time alone in meditation, even in nature if you can, to help yourself get through it. Now, remember, this is just for the week. And of course, look at that. The outcome will be yes, it's the timing is right. Okay, so when we start to put it all together, because when I like to read the cards individually first, because then it doesn't give you, you don't jump to the end straight away. You have a look at what your life or what this week is all about for you. Now, when I look at these cards, and I do these readings because I do them for myself, and I hope somebody else gets something out of it too. But when I look at this for the next week, I go, all right, what I have been thinking about is my next book. Now I'm halfway through the book, and it's like everything stopped. It wasn't quite ready for where it needed to go, and everything stopped. And it's funny, but now it is all starting to come into place. I've had a couple of other intuitive messages coming through to say, no, things starting to come into place. And I need to have some time to allow that information to come through properly and get this idea together properly. Now, for me, it's all about the structure of the book. I have all the stories in it. It is about the structure of the book. And it wasn't until this weekend that I sort of went and I spoke to a friend and I said, I need an understanding of the structure. At this stage, nothing seemed to be, the book was there, but it wasn't ready to go. In spending some time with me and then getting myself, because I had that time and space over the weekend to meditate and get an understanding of it, it has allowed me to create the structure that I need to take this book forward. And I've given myself a week to get that done. And sometimes I'm still unsure whether I'm going to do it, but I've got to go through it instead of succumbing to all the negative thoughts or the negative ideas that stops us going through. Start looking at some of the positive ones that will help us get through, and that's how we can do it. So for this next week, for the beginning of the Christmas week, those ideas or that faith and that understanding that you've had, just be mindful of the negatives that has stopped you before. They don't need to stop you anymore. Spend time alone and in meditation. And yes, your outcome will be of the positive nature. So that's a great week to start with. The first week of Christmas, or December, I should say. It's great to think that, okay, I've got this plan. I've got this idea. I've given myself a week. Actually, I've given myself 2 weeks, but I would love to do it in a week, an intention to get this done. And the cards are saying I can. I've just got to be mindful of those negative thought patterns and give myself some space and time to achieve it. So that is all of our, oh, sorry, there's comments on there. I forgot to look. Sorry, Sally. Good morning. Sorry, I did forget to look at the comments. And I guess, look, I'll have to pull Sally a card because she's just, she just loves having her card. So I'm going to put all them back. Now, as I've said to you, I do put them back in separate spots because I've always had this belief that you don't have the cards. I just can't put all the cards back in the same spot because I don't like them to come out twice. Now, I said that last week and yep, it came out. The same card came out twice. So, and it was really funny. It was that clearing of the block, the card 3 that came out to help the person. But this one I'm going to do for Sal because Sally is here and is looking. So your card, Sal, for the week. Now, you know that you can do this, hey, but your card for the week, this is your support. Okay. So it's Michelle. So, as you honor and follow your guidance, of your heart, prosperity is, this is the prosperity card. The prosperity is coming to you. So when we sort of look at that, we go, oh, okay, it's all happening. Now, I would imagine to get this confirmation on this one after seeing that spread, and the spread was having an understanding or an idea that you want to take forward. The results were, yes, it is going to happen. But there's this little extra step for you, Sal, and it's just saying it's about prosperity. So, yes, the prosperity is going to be there for you. And that's what makes this one just a little bit more special. So it's not just about, yes, you're going to get it, but this is about how you're going to get it. And it's going to come in a, and it says prosperity. So it can be financial, which it probably would be, but it's more about what makes you feel prosperous. So sometimes if people have money and they're lacking love, that love and that connection can create that prosperity for them, so they feel more prosperous. So that's all the cards. I haven't got anyone else there. There's someone else looking, but I can't. I don't know who it is, so I can't give you a card because I don't know who you are. You've got to sometimes come on to StreamYard. Oh, somebody just said, good morning. Okay. Now, it's a good morning from Malaysia. Okay, so it's a Facebook user. They haven't given StreamYard permission. But would you like, from Malaysia, would you like a card? I will draw your card. If you choose not to read it or take it on board, that's your choice. But if you're on here, I'm guessing you'd be interested in it. So here's your card. And it is Vanessa. Now, to make your decision, ask yourself which brings you closer to your divine purpose and which takes you further away from it. So When we're looking at this card and we start to look at the spread that we've already had down there, this card goes straight to the very first one. What is it that you're thinking about? What is it that you want to achieve this week? Because you'll get through the no and you'll get through the meditation and you will achieve it. But it's about the decision, because you've got two there and you're not sure which way to go. So that one is all about understanding that decision. Now, to get an understanding of your decision, start to go into the heart, start to get an understanding of what takes you closer to that, to your life purpose. And you may not know what it is, but it will feel right. What takes you closer to your life purpose and what takes you not so close. Now, when I do an example of that, I look at the podcast. Now, I run the podcast every Thursday morning. The podcast, I don't get paid for. So I take time out of my paid job to run the podcast because of the time frames it takes. But because it feeds my soul, it feeds my passion, and it does everything that I wanted to do, it allows me to do that part-time work to pay for what I want to do. So that's what we're asking about in your decision. Your decision is all about what your heart's saying. So that's you for Good Morning from Malaysia. I'm sorry, you haven't got your name on there, so I can't tell. No worries, Sal. Have a great week. This is a short and sweet. I like to keep them short and sweet because I put them out on a few other channels so they can be up nice and early in the morning. So have a great week. This week, the podcast is all about actually, it's all about change. So we're going to be doing change, talking about change on there and how we can intuitively grow through change. So that's coming up on Thursday. The courses are all starting to move, which is really exciting. And the Wellness Centre is another step closer. That's taking a bit longer, but another step closer. Okay, but that's me. I'm Susan Jane. I hope you've had a great week. I hope you have a great week and achieve what you want to achieve this week. So all the very, very best. And hang on, I've got to put it in the right spot before I say goodbye. Wrong spot. And yeah, have a great week, guys. All the best. Bye for now.